Hi everybody, Ilse Strauss here from the Business Mastery Institute, and welcome to this class which is on advanced branding strategies for your business. And what we're going to look at specifically is a personality profiling tool called the Values Pendulum, and we're going to look at it from the perspective of deconstructing the mindset of your market so you can use it more effectively within your business to create different branded mediums that every business requires. So we will be looking at things like websites. We'll be having a discussion about the types of colors in logos and business cards, those types of things. So wrap yourself all involved in this tonight, because I'm really looking forward to sharing these concepts with you, because it's going to make setting yourself up so much more effective to be able to communicate with your target market. So many business owners, when they look at branding their business, what they tend to do is they brand on the basis of what they feel like, what they like, what has meaning for them, rather than what the market would feel like responding to, what the market would like, and what the market would gain meaning from. So there has to be a real switch in doing it. And when we look at it from the perspectives of values profiling, you're able to make that switch, and you're able to view all your marketing through the lenses of what your target market requires from you as a business. So let's have a look at some of the specific concepts we'll be looking at. When you view it through the lenses of values, you start to become more aware of the challenges that your market faces. And when you're aware of the challenges that they face, you're able to more effectively design strategies and design material and design everything around the infrastructure of your business to be able to help them overcome it. More importantly, you're also able to set it up in such a way that when they see and experience your business, they get to know with almost immediately that your business is able to support them in overcoming the challenges that they're currently facing. Secondly, we want to have a look at how this can help you establish core relationships. So when we look at the support functions you have in your business and the types of products and services that it is that you provide, you're able to therefore set it up in such a way that everything you offer your target market communicates to them that there is a core relationship there, as opposed to something that is simply transactional, which is I give you money, you give me something. But if you do it with more understanding about what your market needs, then you're able to set the infrastructure of your business up, specifically your branding, to be able to communicate that there's a little bit more than meets the eye with your business. The third thing that we want to look at is the visual appeal of all of your branding. So we want to have a conversation around the imagery that you use, the colors that you use, the pictures, the logos, those types of things. And I want to bring more awareness to how you can do this more effectively for the types of customers and types of clients that you are targeting. And then fourthly, we want to really look at the types of language that you should be using in your marketing. So a big part of the Mastermind program is looking at copywriting. So copywriting is really about how do you utilize language and predicates and phrases that's going to specifically attract and engage your target market. And to be able to do that effectively, you need to understand what it is that your target market is looking for. So Values Pendulum is going to help do this for you. What's the outcome that we're looking for? Well, really what I'm wanting for you is that you get more qualified buyers. Because if they get to experience your brand without you being there, then obviously they're able to qualify themselves before you have that conversation with them. They're able to qualify and match their needs with your business and your solution before they even get on the phone for you. So it is very much an elimination process, because you do want to set your brand up in such a way that it ostracizes those who are not your ideal average client. You want to attract high quality clients. So again, if you've completed your avatar questionnaire, the niching questionnaire, and you're getting a really good understanding about who is your target market, who is your niche, who is that 1% of customers within the demographic that you want to target, as you recognize that, you are therefore able to attract those people who you know are going to be high quality for your business. So again, it starts to ostracize those who are no good for you and in your business. Again, you want a higher stick rate. So when you look at creating especially the core relationships in your business and setting up the infrastructure to be able to service that, those who are your target market, your ideal average client, will stick around longer. Why? It's because everything that you are presenting and the way you are profiling everything you do is attractive and engaging to those who want to be around to be able to do business with you. And this can be clients, this can be customers, it can be over-the-counter types of customers in retail. It does not matter. These strategies apply for every single type of business. You want to build your profile. So a lot of people do struggle around this concept of how is it that I need to profile myself? You know, what kind of clothes do you need to wear? What types of websites do you need to have? What type of language do you need to have? What type of things do I need to be presenting to the media? Because when you do set your business up and you really start having that voice within your target market, then you should be attracting reporters and journalists and media exposure. So what you need to be doing is, by utilizing these concepts, you're able to build your profile and have a very clear message and a very clear voice about who you are, what your business does, and the types of situations and problems it solves, and your brand becomes extremely spot on. You want congruency with your infrastructure. So if you, depending on the type of business that you have and depending on the type of customers you have, you want everything to be speaking the same language, from the administration systems you have, to the financial systems you have, to the follow-up systems you have, to the delivery mechanisms you have, to the customer service strategies you have. Everything about the way your business is set up, the procedures, the systems, the strategies, it must all be congruent, and it must all be congruent in line with the type of market you serve. And finally, the outcome needs to be, again, you have a crystal clear voice. When you have a crystal clear voice in the marketplace, you are able to penetrate the market far more than anybody else in the market. So these outcomes are going to be established through these strategies that I want to share with you tonight, which is a beautiful starting point in really helping you understand the type of profile not only you need to be presenting, but how your brand needs to present itself. So the purpose of this session is to give you an awareness of how to profile your market. Plain and simple. That's where I want to start you with on this session tonight, on just bringing these things to your conscious awareness, so you get to play with it and we're able to just blend over it. We're able to help critique it and give feedback as we move along, but I just wanted to start to really give you some solid strategies where you can take it and move forward in helping you design products and services, that is, reviewing the products and services you're currently offering to the market, because most of the time people, when they don't create products and services for their specific market, what happens is they find that they're not attracting and they're not engaging or converting their market because their products and services aren't meeting the needs. Any business you look at, any business I look at these days, usually one of the biggest faux pas is really the types of products and services they design. And people usually design, again, on the basis of what they think that the market needs rather than what the market really wants based upon which level of thinking that they're at. It's also going to help you set up your support functions. So I mentioned before about your administration functions, your sales processes, your marketing processes, the management processes, everything to do with the infrastructure of your business. It's going to help you set it up and actually brand it as well. Imagery, so we're going to look at the profiling your market so you can be more aware of how you need to set up your pictures and the profiles and the colors, things like that, as well as the language, so you're set well up for copywriting. So what kind of marketable mediums are you going to be able to use this in? Well, you're actually going to be able to use it in everything, absolutely everything. But to give you some examples, you can use it in your website design, your logos. If you're looking at administration, you can use it in your contracts and your follow-up systems. Even if you are operating in debt collection services, you can use it in that as well, the way that you go about doing it. You can use it in your telephone messages, so your on-hold messages, that type of thing. You can use it when you're creating public speaking topics to really understand how you need to profile your business based upon the type of audience that you have with you. In your social media posts even. So your social media post needs to scream your brand. So it doesn't need to scream your business name. So let's not get that confused. It needs to scream the way you present. It needs to scream the way that your market needs to hear from you to be able to get really great results that they can then start to engage with you. You can use it in your copywriting, in your business relationships. More specifically, in choosing the types of business relationships that you have, you need to be very selective about the type of people you will do business with in terms of joint venturing, strategic alliances, those types of strategies. And it's going to help you understand the type of profile and the type of character you need to be. So you need to be a certain type of character that your market will engage with. So I'm going to be covering that more often in another session that you have access to. But let me just flag it for you tonight. You in your business needs to become a particular type of character that your market responds to. So when you look at this from values pendulum profiling, you're able to recognize how your market needs to perceive you and how they need to perceive your brand. So let's get stuck into this. Let's just have a look at the values pendulum now. Now, values pendulum is a strategy within a profiling tool called Spiral Dynamics that was designed by Claire Graves. And the values pendulum talks about 7 different levels of thinking that people engage in dependent upon the types of life conditions and the types of experiences that they have around them. Now, this can be looked at from the point of view of the individual, so the individual business owner. So the level of thinking that the business owner is having at any point in time can be any of these 7. Or you can look at it from the perspective of where is the business at. So it could be the business that sits on here. So what we want to do is we just want to have a look at this from probably a little both of perspectives tonight, just so I can bring an awareness to both for you. Now, when you look at the values pendulum, it literally swings like a pendulum. So on the left-hand side, you have all the levels of thinking that is very much I-focused. It's very much self-focused. It's very much egocentric. Then when you look on the right-hand side, those levels of thinking is very much about others. It's very much about we focus. It's very much about, creating community in a way that ascends in the different levels. So let's have a look at each one individually. I'll go through them very briefly, and then I'm going to start to dig a little bit deeper with you in really starting to hash it out in terms of the colours and things like that that you need to know about. So level 1 thinking is when the life experiences and the life conditions around a person causes them to think purely about survival. So this would be indicative of a business that is just trying to keep their heads above water. They are just getting through the day, they are doing the day-to-day, they are doing just only what they need because they need to survive. Then we move up to the right, which is level 2, connection. So once the business owner has their heads above water, they're then able to start thinking, and they actually then have more of a desire to be connected more. So this is often where you find the business network groups come about, especially the women's business networking groups. It's very much a level 2 type of business. So people at level 2 are thinking about they want to be involved in a community, because at level 1 it was just them. They were just trying to do. They didn't have time for anything else. Then if we jump past level 3 and we look at level 4 is all about stability. It's when the business has gotten to a point where they need to put some structure in place. They need to put some systems in place because there needs to be more stability. There becomes a real comfort in level 4 because this is where your hierarchies get set and people start getting quite set in their ways. If we keep moving up the pendulum on the right hand side to level 6 is all about community. It's where the philanthropic mindset comes into play, because at level 6 you've overcome all the problems at level 4, you've overcome all the problems at level 2 and those that also sit in between. So at level 6, the person or the business is at a place where all of their needs are taken care of, and again it becomes all about others and how they can build more. So there becomes a lot of talk around charities and foundations and things like that. And this you'll see how it all weaves in together when you look at where your market is currently. So let's have a look on the left hand side. On the left hand side we've got level 3. Now level 3 is all about finding your power. It's about finding that inner voice. It's about how to say no. It's about setting the boundaries. So you'll notice when a business or a business owner is at level 3, it becomes about, they're going to take on the world. It's like, do or die. It's that kind of energy that sits around a business and an owner when they're in a level 3 mindset. Level 5, which is independence. There's a bit of a typo on there, so don't mind that. But the next one up to the left is level 5, which is all about independence. And level 5 is where they really start to become more independent, they become more innovative. Again, they've overcome all the challenges of level 3, 2, 1 and 4, and now they're able to think about growth and entrepreneurialism, and they're able to do more and be more and create more because they don't have the types of instinct survival challenges anymore, but instead they're at a place where they're able to do more creation of change. And if we move right up to the top on the left hand side, now we have level 7, which is universality. This is really about uniqueness. Level 7, and not many people and not many businesses hit level 7, so there's actually not a lot of examples I can provide this for you. But level 7 is where it just is what it is. You are who you are. Your business is what it is, and there's just no question about it. You don't need to explain anything off to anybody anymore. You don't need to do any of that because you know what? It just is what it is. So when you look at this pendulum, how it swings, now what happens is businesses can move from one to the other. And even if you're at level 4, for example, you can still swing back and go back to level 3. So you cannot, though, move to another level before you've overcome the one prior. So based upon that, you might be able to already think about and notice where your target market and your ideal average client sits in this values pendulum. And what's important for you to know is that they will have to have overcome the challenges of any before that. So if they are in, say, level 3, they would need to also go back and overcome the challenges of level 2. So that means if they didn't experience any community and they maybe went from 1 to 3 too quickly, and they never experienced connection, or they never set up their business so it could create that connection, then there'll be a lot of dissonance there, and that's something your products or services would have to help them with. So I'm going to move on because I want to now deconstruct what all of these mean in terms of how you need to market to each business based upon the type of level of thinking that they're currently at. So here we go. Values level number 1. So if your target market, your ideal average client, is at a survival level, the types of colors you need to use is a base neutral. Okay, so there's so you'll see there in the colors section, there's all base colors that I've got there, and I'm going to show you some examples afterwards. But you need to use like a lot of whites, a lot of grays, just very, very, very placid colors. You need to use colors that are going to be very, very, very safe for them. And the language that you need to use in all of your copywriting, in all of your scripts that you have, whether you're on the phone or you're conversating face-to-face, the language needs to be around survival, navigate, guide you through. So the language needs to be, again, very safe and also very, very, very beige. You cannot scare this market because what they're looking for is safety. So everything about the way you present your business needs to shout, this is a safe place. And the types of product offers and the types of services this market likes is anything that's done for you. It's anything where they can just download it, they can buy it, they can be given it, where they don't have to think about it. Because the types of things you'll hear them say is, oh, I just don't have any time for that. I'm so busy, I'm busy, busy, busy. That is very much a catchphrase of someone who's in level 1 mode. They're the busy people. Level 2, connection. Now you'll be able to make some great references to level 2 when you think about all the women's business networks out there. That is a beautiful example of a level 2 a branded business. Now the base colors you want to use in level 2 is purples and pinks and pastels. So if you think about the types of colors in your local women's networking group, you will notice it uses a lot of neutral colors, and it uses a lot of pinks, pastels and purples. Now this isn't because they necessarily know about these values levels, but what they do know is that it's more feminine colours, which is the women who are obviously attracted to that. So I think they've kind of just stumbled upon it without knowing this in depth. Imagine if they knew this stuff with conscious awareness, how much more effective it would be. And the types of language they would use that is about connecting. It's about let's have a chat, let's share, let's explore together. Let's take this journey and do it together and be able to connect with each other as we do this. The types of product offers you would use when you're marketing to this target market is you'd use a lot of forums for connecting with people who are all involved in this group who's doing the journey together, and you'd want to create online as well as offline forums to help serve this target market. Then we move to level 3. Now remember, level 3 is all about the grunt. It's all about the do or die. It's all about, you know, all for one and one for all. They are just gunning for it. And it's kind of like, you know, we don't take no prisoners. They're saying no, there's boundaries. It's like they're just focused on that one thing, and the energy becomes a lot higher in here. And what I'll actually just add here is all of the like the odd numbers. So the 1, 3 and 5, there's a very fast energy about it. There's a lot of gutsiness about it because there's a lot of activity happening. Whereas in the even numbers like connection, stability and community, it's a little bit more of a slower pace. So this is kind of giving you another level to deconstruct your market with. So the base colors you use at level 3 is a base color of red. So red is about power. There's websites like the Business Chicks websites. I'm thinking about that one at the moment. That's black and red. So that's about women's empowerment. So it's not about women connecting anymore. It's about women getting powered up. A lot of personal training websites use red as well. I think there's one called Hard Trender or Hard Trekker or something like that, which is a company over in the eastern states. And their imagery and their colours is black and red. It's about men doing boot camps, and you can see the mud and the scratches and the grazes, and that one's really about communicating to the level 3 individuals. So the language you want to use here is about power. It's about leading. It's about standing out. It's about individuals being unique. It's about winning. It's about taking no prisoners. So your copywriting needs to become very, very, very forthright and very, very, very standing out. What kind of product offers do you need to do? Well, this market loves competitions because, again, they love to win. They also love one-on-one time because they need to feel significant because, again, they're unique. So you need to allow them to experience quite a high level of significance. And there needs to be avenues for self-promotion. So a lot of marketing sites and things like that, you would probably notice a lot of the font colors are red, it's black, it uses language around all of this. That's very much targeting, you know, businesses which are moving into a level 3 mindset where they're really wanting to kind of take back their power. Let's have a look at level 4. How are you guys going here? I'm trusting you're already noticing where your market's sitting. Level 4 is about stability, it's about structure, it's about creating hierarchies, and it's again about kind of starting to even the playing field out now a little bit. After going through that level 3 space of a lot of power and a lot of activity, they get to a level 4 space and they just need to kind of tone it down a little bit. So they want to get things orderly again. So the base colors become blues, because blues really do incite a feeling of, again, safety, and it also starts to bring about feelings of profile as well, and it's very trusting. So there are some similarities between level 4 and level 1. So the language you want to use around level 4 in your marketing, whether it's your copywriting or your logos or your websites or your conversations, is all about structure. It needs to be about systems. It needs to be about the step-by-step. It needs to be about processes. The archetype of a level 4 system is really the police. So if you think about police, it's blues, it's whites, it's very safe, it's very stable, it's very structured, it's very trusting, it's uniform, there's hierarchies, there's chiefs, there's superintendents, so there's a lot of labels that go around with it. And so you can see there in the product offers, The types of things you want to offer them is systems to use. You want to give them checklists. You want to give them templates. You want to give them certifications. You want to give them accreditation. Do you want to be able to show them that you are a trusted business because of all of these strategies and systems that they get to use, where you can step them through it one by one? Level 5 gets a bit faster paced now, because now you've moved through the stability, the structure phase. Not a lot of businesses, not a lot of businesses hit level 5. Level 5 is true entrepreneurialism. And it's very fast paced. It's kind of, living life on the edge. It's kind of, take no prisoners again, because you know what, you've done the thing, you've done the harder yards. Now your kind of business is running on autopilot. It's all happening. There's holidays in the Aspen. There's holidays in Fiji. It's, going skiing when you're feeling like it. It's just living life the way you want it to, because you know what? You've got overcome all the challenges of level 1, of level 2, of level 3, level 4, and now they're at level 5. So when you're profiling your target market, your ideal average client, you have to be asking yourself, well, are they an innovative type of market, or are they wanting to get there? Because many businesses and many individuals will actually be in level 3 thinking that they're level 5, but yet they haven't got the level 4 in them enough, which is the stability and structure. And depending on what your business is, you need to find a way in your products and services to help them set that up effectively so they can actually reach the next level. The base color is orange. So you want to use a base color of orange for this market, because orange is very much about speaking your voice. It's about, again, standing out, which is kind of similar to level 3, but there's not it's a more mature level. So the language you want to use is all around having an edge. It's creating the results. It's setting up the strategy. It's about profitability. So you need to be speaking that language in all of your communication that you make with this specific market. What type of product offers do you need to provide for them? Well, what you need to do is you need to be providing them with opportunities for brainstorming, or for leverage strategies, or for how you can help them create more effective planning, how you can improve their systems that will compound the type of results that they get. It's all about meeting their need to really create life on their terms. It's about meeting their need to really establish a lifestyle and a business that's just going to exceed their own expectations because of what you've provided for them. Then level 6 is, again, we slow the pace down a little bit, and it's about community. So again, like I said before, the product offers needs to be charity links. It's very much about philanthropy. It's about donations. It's about saving the planet. So, what's popping into mind is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. They are really making their way around Africa, doing a lot of philanthropy gestures. Steve Jobs was the same. Bill Gates was the same when they hit this level. Oprah Winfrey. If you look at businesses or individuals where you can recognize these profiling keys within them, then it helps to give you a bit of a model as to how you need to present yourself as a character, but also the type extra things that you can do to offer your market. So base colors are green. And the types of language you want to use is having a mission, serving, how to pay it forward, giving back to the community, looking after what needs to be looked after. It's about the ecosystems, about ecology. So you start to recognize all of these aspects coming into play. Now with your market, what you need to recognize is that with the types of colors you use, and I want to just kind of give you a little bit of advanced knowledge here now. If your market is, say, level 4, and you've recognized them as level 4, and you've recognized, for example, that they've overcome the challenges of level 3, of level 2, and of level 1. And if they are level 4, you now know that the next natural step for them to aspire to is level 5. So what you can then start to do is introduce some colors of orange. You can start to just drop in conversation and language around having an edge or finding a voice. You can start to introduce higher grade premium products around things that will help give them leverage. So you have to always remember to offer them and provide them what they want, but then to give them what they need, and then to also have an ascension model in terms of your programs that you offer that keep the funnel there, that establishes that core relationship so they can see that your business is progressive and forward thinking. And that is another component of having core relationships rather than transactions. A transactional business, a transactional business will provide the products and services to meet their customers at whichever level they are operating at. But a core business will add new and add progressive ways of being able to serve their market by consistently adding things that take them to another level. So when people kind of flippantly talk about taking things to another level, now you kind of really know what it means. Like I said, this profiling tool is absolutely exceptional. It is one of the highest grade profiling tools used internationally, and it's the type of profiling tools we use with executives and CEOs around the globe. So this is not just a flippant tool to use. This is really deconstructing human behavior at such an advanced level that if you can really understand this and start to play with it, even just from a marketing perspective, you will start to get more of an understanding as well about the way that you as a business owner thinks. So everything I've said, you can also use it to recognize how you sit currently as an individual and recognize the types of opportunities there are for you to move to the next level in your own growth. But you can also look at the types of challenges that you have not yet overcome within your own business. So I think I want to move on now, and I want to go through some websites with you that's going to help you out. Alright, let me just move this. So level 1 example. You'll also notice the color of this heading here that I've used, level 1 example, is neutral. So that's very much a level 1 color. Alright, so this one here is an example of Fox Symes Debt Solutions. So this is a beautiful archetype website for a level 1 individual. So if you're dealing with, if your ideal average client is in a bit of a pickle, or they really are at level 1 where they are in survival mode, where they are just treading water and they need to be navigating, this is what your website should look like. It should have a lot of deep blues in there to engage trust. It should have a lot of white in there because white is neutral enough. It should also have pictures and imagery of nature, of getting back to the land. Because when people are in a level 1 mindset, in survival mode, what they're really craving for emotionally, and they don't know this, but you now do, what they're really craving for emotionally is just to get back to nature. And not necessarily nature as in being in the great outdoors, but they just want to get back to basics. And nature and pictures of architectural pictures of the sun, the moon, the water, the mountains, those types of things are really great colors to use for this market. So if you look in here, the types of language that they're using is in less than 10 minutes. So that's a beautiful opening line, because what it says to a level 1 thinker is, okay, this is going to be quick. And what that really says to a level 1 thinker is my problem could be solved in 10 minutes. You'll also notice if you look through this in more detail, and when you guys listen to this, obviously this recording will be available for you on the Mastermind website. But what I want you to do is I want you to go through this website in more detail and just kind of pull out the language that they're using as well. So let's just highlight some things here. It talks about learning. It talks about resolving your debt. It talks about regaining. It talks about control. Then to make it even more easier for them, so remember this market wants easy, it wants safe. It says you can get a free. So this market really does love free. So I know in marketing circles people talk about giving free away all the time. Free is great, but it doesn't work for all markets. Okay, so you're getting kind of only a quarter of the story. Free only works for some markets, and it definitely works for this market because free says safe. So not only is safety spoken about in this website by the word free, but you can also see it's got a 1300 number right at the top. And a 1300 number is where they can make the phone call, and I think they only pay part of it. So that again subconsciously speaks to them, this is free. You can see the ticks in there as well. The ticks again communicate yes. It's a yes. It's a yes. So it's already kind of conditioning the level 1 thinker to be saying yes to them, okay? And ticks as well, as we're all conditioned in school, means it's good. So these little what's the word I'm looking for? These distinctions is really the stuff that's making a big difference here, because while it's not communicating all of what I'm sharing with you now, it's doing it at a subconscious level, because like I said right at the front, you want to be able to know your market even better than they know themselves. So that is why all of these distinctions are really important. If you move down, you can see again it's got free depth analysis. Then it says it only takes 15 seconds to find out if we can help you. So 15 seconds again is communicating to the individual at level 1 that this is something that they would need to be able to do, and they can do it within 15 seconds. So it's all happening here. Let's just have a quick look. I can't scroll down because it's just a print screen, but then you can see the opt-in form here. Again, it's shouting out free phone consultation. So they need to pop all their details in here. Let's have a look. So that's a really good snapshot of a level 1 website. It's got the pictures in there, the imagery in there. It's got the right type of language being used. It talks about consolidation. It talks about regaining. It talks about getting back control, because people at level 1 feel as though they're completely out of control. They're so busy running around like a chicken with their head cut off that they really need someone to come back and just sweep them off their feet and get everything back to normal for them. Level 2. Love level 2. Oh, it's such a lovely, fun level to market to. Okay, so level 2 again is all about connection, like we spoke about before. It's all about connecting, about enjoying the journey, about sharing experiences, about, getting together, pulling together, and, doing life and just really enjoying the way life is. Oprah Winfrey is just such a beautiful example of a business that's marketed to a level 2 audience. So you can see there's the pastel colors in here, there's the purples, there's the light pinks in the shades. You can see even her colors that she's wearing. So notice the detail here, guys. The colors that she's wearing herself in all of these pictures here are very neutral, right? So it's communicating to people that she's safe. So what she's actually doing is she's speaking to their need for survival. So because remember, people who would watch Oprah Winfrey show and really connect with Oprah Winfrey are people who are also level 1 wanting to be level 2. So they're in survival mode, but they're wanting and craving community. So she needs to satisfy the challenges and the needs of the structure and the stability and the neutralness by wearing the greys and the light shades. But then she also needs to encourage them to be thinking and feeling and engaging with community. So like I said before, I have no idea if they know this stuff. I doubt it very much, but what they would know is some of the surface level marketing strategies that their market needs to experience. And obviously, guys, there's testing and measuring that comes into play, so you always need to be doing your due diligence here. So if we have a look at this Oprah site, and I'd really encourage you to go and do this, because most businesses really communicate to a level 1, a level 2, a level 3 or a level 4 market. So those 4 levels is where you guys would all be marketing to. Your market, so your ideal average client, will be one of those 4. It's very, very, very rare that people that people get marketed to at level 5, 6 and 7, because most people never get to that level, unfortunately. So when people talk about businesses who don't stay in business for too long, really what it is people never being able to get past level 1. And most businesses will stop at level 4, and it's the very few that actually move on to become innovative and to have businesses that are level 5. However, for you guys, that is a different story, because everything about the way that this mastermind program is set up is to, again, if you notice everything that you get in this mastermind program, it's helping you overcome the challenges of level 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, because the outcome and the end result is that I want to be able to help you, and my focus is to help you become level 5 thinkers in business and to create level 5 businesses. So just know that your market will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I really do encourage you to study those 4 very, very, very deeply. So I want you to hop onto the Oprah site as well over the next few days and just scroll through her site. So you can see here under her navigation tab, she's got spirit, health, relationships, etc. So what she's really communicating there is, you know what, this is a place where you can get support in any aspect of your life whatsoever. You don't need to go anywhere else. The community happens here. Your wheel of life, every aspect of your wheel of life, getting your life back in balance, it all happens here. If you want spirituality help, you come here. We've got Maya Angelou. If you want help with your relationship, you come here. We've got people to support you. If you want help with your home, that's okay. You come here. We've got Nate here. And then she's got the videos, she's got the blogs, she's got radio. You can see everything she's got there. It's all about setting her market up to be able to come and connect, to be able to get the results they want because of the way she's designed this for them. So they don't need to go anywhere else. I hope you guys are digging this, because this stuff is just amazing. Really, really, really crucial things here in your branding. Level 3. Can you feel the difference already? Hard yakka. So level 3, like I said, it's all about the reds. It's about power. It's about black. It's about just doing it, just making it work. It's about, doing it tough and just getting over the hurdles. This image that you can see here, the man sitting on boulders and rocks here with the, what is it called, a jackhammer. Jeans won't wear out. Oh, man. Anyone who's looking for jeans and clothes that's meant for the tough grunt, burly, doing life in a good solid way, no pain, no gain, no bones, no nothing, this is where they'd come and buy their jeans. This is where they'd come and buy their clothes. So what you can see here is they're also creating a bit of a level 2 environment, because they've got latest news, if you see down on the right hand side, and then they've got hard yakka interactive downloads. So this is again communicating to their people's level 2 needs, right? Then up the top in the navigation bar, they've got the products, where to buy, trade cards, sign up, their news, and about us. Even if you look down in the pictures that you can see, so there's about, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 different pictures of men. So even the gender you use in your marketing is extremely important. So what they really are doing here is ostracizing any feminine energy. And that's fine. You want to niche so deeply, so that the catchphrase is you want to niche an inch wide and a mile deep. And when you niche that directly, you want to ostracize anyone who is not your niche. So they're ostracizing all feminine energies here, and by using pictures of men only. And you can see the language they're using is again very much around power. So they've got industrial, Generation Y, Legends denim, they've got hard yakka for women. So, but you'd never know that because it looks like a man. So women you can come, but you've got to be manly is what they're basically saying. You've got to be tough, just as tough as us. So you can see that, and the colours you're noticing them using is a lot of neutrals, but is also a lot of power colours like the oranges and the yellows. And then they've got stability and structure, which is, they've got some level 1 in here, which is, the blues and the grey up the top there. So that's a really great example here for level 3. Now let's move on to level 4. The blues. Again, do you feel the change? So notice the way you feel as we're moving through this, and notice the way your emotions change and how your body language changes as you're sitting and watching this and writing this and taking notes and things, because the colours is there to bring about an emotional response in you, and that is what marketing is all about. So level 4, again, the pace slows down. So we've moved from the hard yakka, the power, and we've moved into level 4. So this is a website from the Coaching Institute. And the Coaching Institute is setting people up to get accreditations as a coach. So you can see the colours in here. So what stands out, obviously, first and foremost, for me, as I'm looking at this and training you in it, is the blues. So the blues is not it's not an aqua blue, it's not a light blue, it has to be a deep blue. Deep blue is what communicates trust, and aqua blue is a little bit too party-like. It doesn't satisfy the needs of someone who needs level 4. So people who would jump onto this site and be engaged and want to stay on this site is people who are looking for phenomenal results in their life. However, they can't yet communicate it because they might not have the language for it yet. But the person who's designed this website knows her market so intimately that she's able to speak what they're feeling and able to give language to the way that they want to experience things. And that really is your job as a marketer. It's to get in such deep rapport with your ideal average client that you can speak their thoughts and that you can give language and vibrancy to the way they're feeling so that you can help them communicate it to get the best results. So what do we notice here about this website? Well, we've said the blues. You've also got people, okay? So people in level 4, you have to remember they also need to experience a sense of community. All right. So when you get to the next level, it doesn't mean you disregard the levels that came before it. You still need to have that included in. You can see there she's got the free in the opt-in form. Register here to receive your Get Started as a Coach gift pack. So what this person knows as a marketer is that the people who would be attracted to starting to become a coach, so her ideal average client, are people who are possibly moving out of level 1 and wanting to become connected in level 2. So what she needs to do is she needs to make it safe. So it's free. They can opt in and get that. But then the number at the top is a 1-800 number, so that's completely free for them. They can call the number. They don't even have to pay for it. So she's already saying to them there's safety here. You don't need to go too far. Then if you look down to the body of the copywriting, so you become a qualified life coach. So remember, level 4 is very much about certification. It's very much about structure, stability, processes, following the dots. So what this person is saying is that when you become a qualified life coach, what she is doing is differentiating herself or her business between any other life coaching school out there, because you can get qualified. When you go onto this website, what I wasn't able to put up for you just yet is just when you scroll down, there's a big box and it has all the logos of all the accreditations that they have. So when someone who's in either level 1, 2 or 3 who jumps onto this website knowing that they, or feeling as though they want to have more structure and stability in their life, they will see all those accreditations, and again, that would have just closed them. It's converting people, it's qualifying them. As I said right up the front, when you do this, you are qualifying your buyers throughout the process before they even meet you. So when they read this, the copywriting on this website, they're already recognizing if it matches them or not. The way they feel when they see this, it matches them or not. So you can see the language and the color of the "Are you ready for phenomenal results in your life?" It's white, which is safe. Then she's got NLP can give you the life you have always wanted. Blue, again, it's safe. The people you can see, the images here, they're smiling. It's not just women, it's not just men, but you can also see what she's done here. She's used some blues, some reds in this picture here. So this is really important. They're looking at the colors. So what you can notice she's doing, and I say she because this woman is my mentor who's the CEO of the Coaching Institute. So what she's done is used oranges in the tab, find out more, which is already starting to get advanced. It's making them connect with the emotional response of what orange does for people. And it's making them connect with the red, which is speaking to their power. So you can see how beautifully she's crafted her website to be a really wonderful website that appeals to those who want level 4, but it also starts making them aspire for what level 5, which is orange, and the level 3 of power in them. If you look up the top, you can notice there's free stuff. So they can click there and notice the color of the navigation bar. It's a silver. There's programs there because people who want level 4 need structure and stability. So programs and courses are the types of languages that needs to be used. She's got NLP, so they'll get curious about what NLP is. Then they've got events, and events again is a great place where connection and community can happen. So that appeals to the level 2 needs. Success stories, because they will want to know that others have tried the system. So this is where the success stories are not great just from a perspective of building testimonials and building continuity there, but it's also important from the perspective that if you have a specific system that your business uses to help serve people, then you need to be able to show that your system works. And that is why success stories and case studies are so important. Again, you've got the blog, which is about communicating authority. It's about allowing a space for connection and comments to occur so they get to feel as though they're heard. The About Us is to satisfy the level 4's need for, again, of authority and of structure. So they want to see that there's some credentials behind who this company is. And then frequently asked questions, so they again can see that others have been here. They've also asked questions, and these are the types of questions they should be asking. And obviously a way to contact them, which is also important. So if you can also look at the body again, you can see accredited life coaching training, which is in bold. So just notice the language, fastest growing professions. So professions again are speaking about the level of importance that is here. Qualified life coaches in Australasia again, she's talking to their need for structure and stability. Organizations, look at the language, methodologies, principles. What else have we got? Accredited life coaching training courses. It's just beautiful the way you can construct everything you do in your marketing when you really get a good understanding and you just start playing with these concepts. Okay, level 5. Notice the energy pickup. Level 5, a lot faster. It's innovative. It's independence. It's uniqueness. It's having a voice. It's standing out. So you can see here Robert Kiyosaki. I actually have to admit I found it really, 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 really tough to find someone or find a business that was utilizing any of the concepts in level 5. And so if you remember, I was saying to you before, there's not many people not many individuals and there's not many businesses that are level 5 or that are really looking to attain level 5, which is why it was a bit challenging for me to actually find a good site that could demonstrate this for you. So this is what I came up with, and the reason why I wanted to show you this specific one is because you can notice the orange pops. So you can notice in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's a yellow orange colors that he's used there. Then you can see in the middle underneath him, you can see the cash flow widget. In the opt-in form, he's got orange, which is join today. And then at the very bottom, you can see click here. Okay, so that orange communicates uniqueness, it communicates voice and having a voice and making a stand. But then if you notice the picture he's got right at the very bottom, the Rich Dad radio show. So if there was ever an archetype for a level 5 which demonstrated uniqueness and having a voice, don't you think someone who has a radio show or who is in the media would be it? So that is that's why I love this one, because it shows you exactly what the archetype here is. If he is running his own radio show and if he is in the media, well then yes, he is level 5. There's no doubt about it. So those that want to experience financial success and have financial education, who is really wanting level 5 or who think they want level 5, and the reason why I say who think they want level 5 is because often people think that they want everything that goes along with level 5, but what they really just want is level 3. Because most people aren't prepared to most people aren't prepared to overcome the challenges of level 3. Most of them are not prepared to overcome the challenges of level 4, and most of them are not prepared to do what it takes to have a level 5 life. And for those of you who are doing business to business, you will notice that your business owners might have they might be past level 1, so they're past the survival mode. They're past or they might be struggling with the connection and community part, but they might be in a level 3 place, and all they really want is to get to level 4 and have some structure and systems there. They might dream about having level 5, but really at the end of the day, what you probably will hear them say things like, it's easier to do it myself. Nah, I don't think I want all the hard work. That is a typical response of someone who's hit level 4 or whose business has hit level 4, but their thinking still hasn't caught up. So let me just stick to the marketing because I don't want to give you too much detail around that. But just know this, that people will aspire to different levels, so you need to kind of use that in a subtle way. So by dropping some different colors from more advanced levels into your marketing and into your branding, but just recognize where it is that they truly want to play at, and that's why doing your checklist and doing your documentation around avatar and not understanding your niche is so crucial. Okay, level 6, nature works. So like I said before at the very beginning, Level 6 is all about getting back to nature. It's all about community. It's all about saving the world, saving the planet. It's very much about the greens, and I have to say again, it was a big struggle, a very big struggle trying to find a great website that demonstrated this. So this one was the best that I could find. Ecosystems. So you can look at the language. We're all in this together. So look at the copywriting. Everything in the natural world is connected. An ecosystem, a community, non-living things that work together. Ecosystems. It's just everywhere. Ecosystems. And then you can see the imagery. It's of nature. You know, there's pictures of the sun, there's pictures of, you know, I think that's ducks on the water, there's pictures of the land, there's pictures of the air. So it's really helping people aspire to getting connected again and getting back to the land, and helping people become more aware of this thing called community, this thing called, you know, nature and relationships. It's probably not, I can't think of one mastermind member who would be marketing to a level 6. But even if I had a look at sites like World Vision and Save the Planet, none of them really communicate effectively in terms of their brand to people who are really aspiring here. And that, let's just have that conversation quickly, because that's big part and parcel of why they are not making as much money or getting as much charitable donations as what they are doing. Because if you go and have a look at their websites, what you'll notice is, I think World Vision was very much oranges, whites and blacks. And from now, knowing what you know about Values Pendulum, oranges, blacks and whites, well, that's communicating to people who are aspiring to have level 5 experiences and level 3 experiences. So if they really wanted to connect and get people to have an emotional connection with their brand, they would need to start shifting their colours to greens and golds, because they want to encourage and engage people to start giving back and paying it forward. But what instead they're actually doing is they're encouraging them to think about themselves. Because if you remember from the very first, one of the first slides I showed you, everything on the left-hand side, which was level 7, level 5 and level 3, all of those levels is about I. It's about self-centered. It's about egocentric. So you can see the major faux pas there for those companies, because they're all using colours that are appealing to people's egocentricness. So it's kind of if they knew this, they'd be doing a lot better, I reckon. So what they need to be doing instead is they need to be appealing to the colours of colours of community, which was all the levels on the right hand side. So they need to be using colours such as, you know, the purples, probably silvers, bit of greens, and that's going to appeal to more people who want to increase their philanthropic endeavours, who want to be giving back, who want to be doing charitable causes. For those of you here in Perth, PMH, which is Princess Margaret Hospital, I think they do a good job with their colours. So they use a lot of pinks and pastels, things like that. We used to own a franchise store in the retail baking industry, and we used to do a lot of support for Princess Margaret Hospital. Every year we'd raise funds for them, and we had a great joint venture partnership with Princess Margaret Hospital. And every year when the time came around for us to do this event, all the marketing material we used was around pastels. So it was pastel blue, it was pastel white, it was purples and pinks, and that would really help us to be able to increase the amount of charitable donations that our customers, as well as what we were giving, because it really appealed to those colours that people felt to be thinking and feeling about others, about about community. So it's really, really, really important that you do look at these examples from the perspective of, is this going to help them think about I, or is it going to help them think about we? And you need to be looking at the language, you need to be looking at the colours, you need to be looking at your product offers. So this snapshot here, let's just quickly run through it before we wrap up. You've got level 1, which is all about survival. It's about safety. It's about navigating. It needs to be there. Level 2 is about connection, which is purples and pinks and pastels. It's about connection and sharing. Level 3 is about power. It's about leading out, about standing. It's about winning. Level 4 is stability and structure, which will give them the step-by-step system through the use of you providing marketing that shows your certifications and providing them with checklists and templates. Level 5 is about innovation. It's about profits. It's about having a voice. It's about brainstorming and leverage. Whereas level 6 is using green colours. It's about community. It's about us, about we, about, create, ecosystems. And it's about donations and serving and paying it forward. So I trust this was great value for you all tonight. This obviously will be uploaded onto the website. There is a code for tonight, which is MKT007. So the code is MKT007, so you can use this to just track all the resources and the webinars that you need to be attending as part of this program to really help set you up. And if you've got any questions or comments or anything you want to share, just jump onto the Facebook group where we can answer anything else that you've got. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. Really good pleasure to have you here, and we'll keep the comments and the questions coming in, and we'll chat again soon.